There are so many different types of hams available for your Easter dinner, but what types of wines would work best with them? We're talking about pairing this morning. Paul Santoriello.
Correct.
I had to go like this, Santoriello from Door Peninsula Winery. You joined me this morning, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is exactly how I want my morning to get started.
Yeah,
Let's
wine
talk
and
about
ham.
pairing.
So what we're doing is Blake from Cooper's Corner in Fish Creek has cooked up a cherry glazed ham. So we have some of that for sampling today. And then we just have like a spiral ham, and I've kind of cubed it up so it's easier for us to eat.
Okay.
But you can understand that there's other things like side dishes for big Sunday Easter, like green beans or mashed potatoes or something like that. And these are all really light foods. And so when you have light foods, you want to have lighter wines.
Okay.
Wines that don't scream at the top of their vocal range. You want something that's mild, maybe lightly sweet. Like for instance, we'll start off with a Riesling and ham. Usually a very good go-to wine. It's easily, readily available. You can find it in the store. And what's nice about a Riesling is it's lightly sweet. It's fruity. So it'll cut the flavors of the mustard or anything that's really spicy on the plate.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a nice pairing with the ham because it's light. So if you want to, we could jump right in and grab a little cube.
Sure.
And then you can try it with the Riesling. It's really moist, nice, a little smoky.
Is this my glass? Or is
That's
that-
your glass.
Okay. Oh, a nice big one.
Sure.
I'm just going to have a little sip. Okay. I'm
And so
tasting
what's
ham.
happening is there's a lot of saltiness, obviously. It's ham. It's been cured. And the sweetness from the wine is going to help kind of clean that and make it less salty.
Okay.
It's going to actually make the wine more fruity, too. And so you can see that there's kind of this balance, fruitiness in the wine and acidity. Now you get that bright acidity.
Yeah.
The first sip will always shock you a little bit. The next sip will be much smoother, and it's going to be a cherry wine, which I'm recommending if you're a dry wine drinker, go ahead and throw like a fruit wine into the mix.
Okay.
If you're a sweet wine drinker or a fruit wine drinker, why don't you try a dry wine and kind of mix it up. I don't think one wine will actually work for the entire meal. So
Well,
I'm recommending,
know.
I'm recommending a lot of different wines, maybe 4 or 5 bottles depending on your party size.
Okay.
Because you're talking about appetizers and then main course. And then desserts are always really light too, and you could just go with a sweeter wine, it could go into dessert also.
And what do we have right here?
So this is a Peninsula Red, which is a Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot blend with cherry wine also. But it's much drier. It has a more bold tannin. And so you would use that kind of wine for something like, let's say a cured ham or meals that are more savory, like maybe lamb, because a lot of people don't have ham during Easter. So, you know, it's versatile that way. You could have a lighter bodied red rather than a real heavy Syrah or Cabernet. You know, you don't need expensive wines to have a really good meal.
And these, I mean, that one I just tasted was awesome. So
Yep,
great stuff.
And that's a Riesling, really nice, bright apple acidity. So we've been making that wine for about, well, the winery's been in operation for 40 years, at Door Peninsula Winery. We've been making that wine for probably 10 years at the winery.
Great. And you can learn more information online at fox11online.com. Thanks so much for being with us. Good Day Wisconsin will be right back.